Okay, this past summer we started planning a trip to California and a road trip, and we decided we'd see what's along the way that we could see. And we've seen a lot of stuff out west, but we want to do something different. We'd seen on the news that the Dinosaur Valley State Park right over here. This is Google Maps, by the way. This is courtesy of Google Maps. Um, that there were some dinosaur tracks exposed in a riverbed because of the drought. So we thought, well, that really looked interesting. So we decided we'd stop there. This Google Maps view shows 986 miles. That's probably about right. It depends on, whichever way we made a little detour here and there, but this is basically the way we left from upstate South Carolina. You can see it's southwest of Dallas, and it's a nice little state park. It's near the town of Glen. And the next morning we drove into this, or went into the state park to see what's there. For those of you not familiar with Google Maps, if you open it up in a browser like this is opened up in Safari, you can drag the route around and change the way you go kind of to where you want. It's really handy. Can't do that in their apps, but you can definitely do it in a browser view. That's real handy. So we'll take a look at what the state park looked like when we got there, and just give you a kind of a brief overview of what we saw. Okay, this is the Dinosaur Valley State Park Trails map. It belongs to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. Just wanted to show you quickly here. When you come in from Glen Rose, Texas, you come in this 205 and follow this road in, and there's a ranger station, and you can talk to them, get some information, get set up for camping, whatever it is you want to do. You normally have to make reservations to camp, but since we were on limited time, and we asked them what was the best way to see the tracks. So they directed us to the main track site, which is this right here, on the Paluxy River. So that's what we did. We drove over there, parked, and we'll show you some of our pictures and videos where we walked down there and took a look. Okay, this is a display. It's right off the parking lot, and it shows the two types of dinosaur tracks that are here. There's two of them. There's this predator type dinosaur, this Acrocanthosaurus, and a sauropod. It's a sauropod. This is a prey. The sauropod is more like a brontosaur, like here, and this thing's more like a T-Rex. And the predator dinosaur has these three-toed tracks. They're the most interesting looking ones to me, anyway. And then these sauroposeidon tracks almost look more like just a hole in the riverbed. But they're also interesting, and they're down there. Now we're just going to walk down towards the river, and you can see the parking lot's off to the right. This is just to show you what to expect here. I believe there's another way to get down here from another direction without having to navigate these steps for someone who has a problem with the steps. See, the river's back in here. This is my beautiful wife looking at one of the displays here. And I'm just going to give you a little pan around a little bit, show you what is here. It's very nice. Some steps going down to the river. The main track site is where that sign is, right there. So that's what we're going to be finding our way down to in just a few minutes. This is a display that was on the walk down to the river. It gives you a little closer look at the footprints left by the two types of dinosaur tracks here. The ones on the left, according to this, it was made by an animal called Pleurocoelus. It's a type of sauropod related to Brontosaurus. So looks like had both I believe this is a big flat hind feet. It says here are four claws. I think that's that. Then this front foot's more like a hoof. And then this is the predator dinosaur, that Acrocanthosaurus, more like a T-Rex. So just wanted to show you this, give you a little closer look at what to expect down there in the river. This is a look at the river down at the base of the final steps down to the river, and you'll see that the water level is very low. However, the drought that had exposed the so many tracks earlier in the summer, there had been some rain, so most of them were covered up by water. But we're going to show you what we could see at this site. We had limited time, so we couldn't go to some of the other sites, but most of them were covered up with water to some extent. And but we did get to see a few, and you'll see them here in just a second. This is the main track site. In fact, they have a sign right there that says main tracks. I believe those big holes are the larger sauropod type dinosaur tracks. What we're looking for is a little three-toed tracks from the predator, because there's one right there. Let's stop this. We'll go back and look at a closer look. Yeah, there we go. See that? That looks like one of those three-toed tracks right there. I believe that's one here. Let's move on down through this. Walking down to the other end, and there we go. Looks like one there. That looks like one there. And this is probably one here. Now, some of these other tracks, we're not experts. We didn't have a tour guide with us, so we're just guessing at the larger depressions are the sauropod dinosaur, and the three-toed ones are pretty obviously that predator type dinosaur. So this is what you're going to expect down there. Now, since there was a major drought going on in the summer, a lot more tracks were exposed then, but they were covered up with water when we got there. And the water was kind of murky, so we didn't want to wait around and try to look through the water. And if you look right here, there's a little closer look at this one here. That looks like one there. So if you're lucky enough to get here when there's been a drought and more of the tracks are exposed, that'd be great. It's not good for the farmers, but good for looking at tracks. But it's still interesting anyway. I've never seen anything like this before, neither had my wife, so we enjoyed it, seeing it. By the way, they do have a nice gift store at the park. A lot of other great trails to look at if you've got time. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like the video and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.